Hi everyone, my name is Amanda Lightfoot from Great Britain, and I'm going to take you around the 2.5k loop for the women here in Hochfilzen. So as we come out the range, we go up the small uphill and then along the flat, and it's really nice here at the beginning. That's a long flat down into a downhill. So we're just going around now, it's the first downhill. It's very nice to be back in Hochfilzen again. Last year I was sick, so I didn't get to do this race, so I'm really excited. So it's a really nice start here, all the way along the flat and into a downhill. It's a beautiful scenery around here in Hochfilzen. So we go down, first downhill, which takes us into a right-hand bend. Leading us into our first uphill of the 2.5k loop. Most of the uphills here are quite short, apart from one. The track's quite tough today, really slow conditions. We had some snowfall last night, this morning, and it's made the track quite slow. So we're going down, back down again, and round to the left. And we have a long drag back up. It's quite flat, but I tend to lose a lot of speed here. And this is where I'll probably lose the most time in the race. You've got to really keep the tempo going and relax into it. So as we're going along now, you can see some spectators. This will be full of spectators tomorrow, hopefully, for the race. And it's really good for motivation. They're all cheering you on. It's one of the things I love about biathlon. All the fans coming to watch. So another gradual uphill again. It's very short. Leading us onto a plateau at the top here before we go down a left-hand bend and into a sharp right-hand corner. Usually this can be quite difficult sometimes, but I think with the conditions today it's going to be quite slow. So here we go. Brings us round into another short uphill. Quite an overcast day today, so it's good to finally get some snow here in Hochfilzen. Starting to look a lot like winter. So we come over now the top and into another downhill. Quite a long downhill through the tunnel and over onto the other side of the course. I have to really keep the tempo tomorrow because the course is very slow. It brings us around into the uphill. So this is the hardest part of the course and the longest uphill in the course. It goes up, round to the left, over the top and round to the right. Hopefully there'll be loads of spectators shouting, so you can keep your momentum all the way over. Thank you. So, the first part of the uphill done, then comes the hard part. I find this really quite tricky in the race. After doing the first part of the hill, you've got to really keep the momentum and remember to push over the top. Then we get a slight downhill and then into a flat. Not much rest on this part, you've got to keep on pushing along the top. You'll lose a lot of time. Then comes a left-hand bend into the downhill. And then we have a short right turn at the bottom. I think it'll be quite slow, again because of the conditions. So take this right hand bend, that brings us over this peak, back down and through the tunnel, and now we're back our way back into the range. As we're coming along now into the range, this is probably one of the more difficult ranges, I'd say, as you have a short uphill before you enter it, and a lot of the World Cup courses you come along the flat into the range, but this one you have to slight uphill, so it can make it a little bit tricky for the shooting. Your heart rate goes a little bit higher than normal, so you have to be able to control that. And here we have the range. No wind today, so it's perfect shooting conditions. I hope it's the same for tomorrow. Then brings us on to last part of the course and the penalty loop. The penalty loop here runs in line with the course, which is quite crazy because it's not normal that you go around the penalty loop, then again around the outside the penalty loop before joining the course. So this is the penalty loop now we're going around. It's very slow. And then back onto the course again. Finish this 2.5k loop. And there you have it. the 2.5k loop for the women's race here in Hochfilzen tomorrow.